Should I leave or should I stay? Dance Mom Edition. So, I wanted to come on and talk about this question that keeps floating around, especially around this time of the season where we're getting ready for spring recitals, we're getting ready for those last competitions, we're getting ready for nationals, right? And the question always is, should I leave or should I stay? My child is going through this, they're doing that, and this and that. I don't know if I should, continue to let her be subjective to these things. You know, I can't answer that for you. Literally, only you know what you can and cannot tolerate when it comes to your child and to your child's dance studio. Now, I'm going to share our story, so maybe that can help inspire you to maybe make that decision. But honestly, my story is not going to be your story, and somebody else's story is not going to be the next person's story. So, guess what? Literally, only you as the parent can actually answer that question. But let me give you a little information about why we left and the things that we was like, it's time for us to go. So my daughter was two, actually, two going on three. When she started dance, I knew I wanted to put her in something that was going to get her active and get her moving around. So what we did was we sought out some options, and it was literally between dance and soccer. I don't know what it is with parents, like we look at dance, soccer, or cheer, gymnastic, things like that. So it was between dance and soccer. Soccer didn't pan out because of the time that they were meeting just was not going to work for our schedule. So dance was it. She would only do one dance had one practice per week on a Saturday. It was for 45 minutes. She started off with ballet and tap as the genres that they were teaching her. And she really enjoyed it. Like, she loved dancing because she loved bouncing around the house and all those different things. So, fast forward, we're on the rec side or studio side, that some people call it, where it's non competitive. They do two recitals, one in Christmas, one in spring, and they basically practice once a week. So she did that from the age of 2 to about the age of going on 6. So she's about to turn 6 in the year of 2019, and we saw that they were looking for competitors for their competition team. They put out the information, and I had no clue, no clue what I was getting myself into. So I didn't think she was ready. That was just my thought. I was like, competition? Like, I've seen her competition team, and to me, they look pretty good. I was like, oh, I don't think you know. Now, that is error number one for a parent. If you are comparing your child to somebody else's kid, don't do it. Everybody's child is special in their own way. Everyone has their own uniqueness. Every kid is going to dance in their own comfortability and at their own level. So you looking at somebody else's kid and judging your child against them is not going to be the best situation. So if you're thinking about leaving your studio because, as I hear all the time, the faves are getting the special parts, these people are getting the best parts, this person is in the front, just all that messiness and drama. If that's your reasoning, you might want to do a little self-reflection and see if that's really a purpose to leave. So, but I personally, I was just like, I didn't think my child had the skills to be on the competitive side, but they was like, yeah, you should let her try out. Okay, cool. She tries out, she makes the team. We're in August of 2019 that she's starting this competition life. We're both starting this competition life, or excuse me, the whole family, because my husband as well. We're all starting this competition life. So from there, we get ready for our first recital. When we went to the parent meeting, it was 8 little girls, I believe, was supposed to be on the team, and it ended up being just 4. So we go from 8 to 4 like that. For whatever reason, the parents decided they did not want to do competition. I'm not sure what the purpose was, but honestly, sometimes after that parent meeting, it does start to make you think, like, do you have the time commitment? Do you have the financial commitment to be on the competition side? It's just a lot that goes into it. But anyways, to move this story along, we're getting ready for our first recital. They go through the first recital with the 4 little girls. After, one of the moms is like, hey, I just think that y'all are really spreading yourselves thin, because at that time we had one coach for our team, and she also coached 2 other teams as well. So she's coaching 3 different teams, and she's coaching them at the same time. So she's having practice for all three teams at the same time, and I don't know how she was splitting it up, but she was splitting up the time with the practices, and then there was times that she would practice with just them. But that kind of was like a red flag that should have been a bigger red flag at the beginning. But the one parent noticed it, was like, hey, y'all are spreading yourselves thin. So what they did end up doing was they added on, or the owner came on to become our girls' coach. Along with that, they brought over another coach from the studio side, and she brought her daughter. So now we've gone from a team of 4 to a team of 5. We're getting ready for our first NBA special performance. They danced at an NBA game. And from there, 2 other little girls was joining as well who was not happy with their studio, so they came over. So we're now going into the year of 2020. So we're in the year of 2020, getting ready for our first competition in February, and everything looks on the up and up. So we get to our first competition. It seems like we're good. I don't like talking about anybody's kid because that's not what I'm in the business for. I am a teacher. I do not talk about people's children whatsoever. But I will say this to kind of set the scene. During that competition, a young lady, one of the little girls on my daughter's team, went the opposite direction. It was like she was confused from her left to right, and she just literally messed up really, really bad. But they came in first place. So I think that's what kind of made a difference with that situation. They came in first place. So moving along, we're in February of 2020. After that, in March of 2020, everything gets shut down. We're not competing anymore. So we're just literally doing like some little virtual classes, but they really don't pick things up until like August, October of 2020, when those competition people decided how they were going to run the competition. So we started doing block dances where they would have all of our dances in at one time, meaning like from 2 to 3, all of our dances were performed, and then we would go home, and then the next studio would come in and perform all of the dances and so forth. We would find out who won at the end of the night once all the dances had been performed. So they're doing this one dance. We've moved forward to October. We go to competition. They come in first place with the one dance, and then we move forward again. We're now getting into December. They decided we're not going to have a recital, which was cool because, again, it was 2020, and they wanted to add on tap. That is where it kind of all went downhill.